With me here, Nana Kwame Bediako. He's the CEO of so many things, so many things, but I leave that to him to tell us all of that. It's good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you.
And the interview is streaming live, so all of the questions that people have been sending me privately, please send it there. I'll ask them for you. But once again, welcome to the show. Welcome to GH Today.
Thank you.
So I know you as Cheddar. I know you, of course, also as Nana Kwame Bediako. I've heard so many things about you, but tell us, who is Nana Kwame Bediako?
Well, so there's Nana Kwame Bediako, there's Freedom Jacob Caesar, and there's Cheddar Cheese.
Okay.
Stuff from Cheddar Cheese is just, you know.
We'll come back to those names. Now, who are you as a person? People know you for your flamboyant lifestyle. We'll talk about all of that, but beyond what we know, who are you?
Well, Nana Kwame Bediako. just a young Ghanaian that grew up with religious background. My mother is more spiritual, and I grew up going to church every Sunday, which I still do. And I've always been very ambitious and a visionary. But growing up, I realized I can also play a part in being an economist and an industrialist. So these are the things I'm working on. And I'm a humanitarian.
Right. You are known as one of the biggest business moguls we have in this country. How did it all start for you?
I didn't know until you're saying it now as one of the biggest, but yeah, thank you for that. I've always loved doing business, you know, some sort of, creation, inventing stuff, you know, doing things my own way, but making sure that quality is always present. And I learned about corporations, establishment, and, you know, how to do things right from the younger age. That's just something that, you know, I think I've always been following. That's what has brought me this far. You know, I learned to do things right.
But how did you get here as a businessman? Yes, of course, you're determined. You've always been ambitious. What was your first business and how did it go?
It was a poultry farm. I was very young. I bought a hen and a cock and started laying eggs because I wanted eggs, and they became chickens, and they became a poultry farm.
And then?
And my mom sold the chickens and eggs to pay my fees and to help me and my other brother to live. So, you know, and I did it not thinking of the business. I think it's more to do with the passion behind what we do in life. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I would advise every young person out there that, you know, passion, it's basically the happiness and the foundation of everything that we want to do in life. People think that sometimes you need to be successful to see happiness, but it should be the other way around. You should let happiness lead you to success, and that happiness is always based on the passion you have in doing things.
Okay. I still want, you know, us to dwell a bit on the things that you do, the businesses that you own. Take us through it. Walk us through it. So the building of, you know, Qualis, the famous Qualis. Everybody knows Qualis, at least. When did it start? How did the vision come to mind, and all of the other landmarks that you own? And for those who don't know, we'll be showing visuals of some of the properties that he owns in this country. How did they start?
I mean, Qualis started by just, you know, the fact that I always wanted to honor my mom, and I wanted to do it while she's alive. So growing up, I didn't know I was going to build a big building and put my mom's picture on it, and, you know, sort of mortalize her on the building and honor her. So it started. That's how the vision started. I wanted to introduce a home that has a functional space, but also smartness, which will be in competition with hotels and Airbnb. And so Qualis was the first building I started with, and it's my mom's name.
Okay, so which one is this?
I don't know. This is,
there are too many, huh?
This is Belgravia.
Okay.
This is Belgravia, is 8 townhouses. This is something that I did on just 2 plots. So maximization is the first principle of our business. How do you maximize the use of 2 plots? So we put 8 houses, and it's one of the biggest maximization I did. This is Kwale's actually. It's also 40 apartments on 2 plots, and it sits on it sits on half an acre, but it has the penthouses, the 2 bedrooms, the sky bars, the roof gardens, and restaurants, and so forth. Just like a hotel, but we're more like private residents.
Okay. Now let's talk a bit about your lifestyle. You're very flamboyant, and I see pictures of you. I'm sure lots of people do as well, and quite outspoken, especially in a country where people, seem to crawl back a little. How do you do that? How do you get so comfortable in being so flamboyant and so outspoken?
Well, I mean, that's just maybe who I am. I'm humble, but I'm also flamboyant. And sometimes people want to force people to become what they think they should be, but we're only ourselves. You can only be you. And the best of you can only come out of you being your best. And so I'm sorry if people kind of find it offensive, but it's just
who you are,
who I am. And I'm upfront. I speak my mind. I feel like, we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery by holding our mouth when we're supposed to speak. It's good to hold your mouth and hold your tongue. But when you're supposed to speak and show your boldness, it's very important that we do so also. And I think sometimes my confidence and my faith is mistaken for something else, which it's fine, but
unapologetic about it.
Like I said already, I'm sorry if, my lifestyle, it's offensive to people, but there's not much I can do. I feel like there is a generation that also understand where I'm coming from and believe in what I do, what I wear, what I say, and I wish them to become better than me, but I feel like we're Africans and we should be very bold about, our fashion sense, our culture, how we want to be like, how we want to live like.
Okay. Now, apart from your official name, Nana Kwame Bediako, we're saying earlier, I know you as Cheddar Cheese, and now you've added a new one, Freedom. What's the motivation first behind Cheddar and now Freedom?
Well, Cheddar just simply meant money. When I was growing up, when I was 16 years old, that was like my street campaign that I started with. I've always believed in, sort of building some kind of image, brand, and not only in the form of business, but also within society. So Cheddar was just the awareness of money, and I wanted to be able to tell a lot of people that, life is not just about chasing the money, but it's about also finding a way to live it. Like I was just saying to Pa, don't tell your dreams, live your dreams, So Cheddar was just like, sending the signals out there and building some sort of reputation with the younger generation, I think it kind of blended in there very well. But then, after some time, I needed to exit Cheddar. And Freedom Jacob Caesar is just the new me, basically. It's another sort of character that has come out after 10, 12 years of Cheddar. And,
okay, so Freedom Jacob Caesar.
Yeah.
Tell us about